Hi and welcome to the 6th boss in Black Temple, Gurtogg Bloodboil. This is probably my favourite fight outside of the Illidan fight in this raid, simply because of a mechanic later on. Gurtogg is divided into two phases. The first will be normal phase, the second phase will be fixate phase. Fixate phase is probably why I really enjoy this fight. So, as you can see, I've put up some raid markers here, and you will also notice that on the website, I've divided it up into 3 groups. Okay, marker's just going wrong here. So, the reason for this is that the main mechanic in phase 1 is that Gurtogg Bloodboil will cause something called Bloodboil. Now, this needs to be handled in a specific way, and he will cast it on the 5 raid members furthest away from him. So we'll tank Gurtogg over here. Tanks will be just like dipping into the water, like so. And the rest of the raid will be standing over here if you're ranged. Melee, you'll obviously be standing right behind the boss. Now, first group, they'll start in the water. You should be able to reach him from here. Once you get your stack, you move in. Second group, you move back here. You take a Bloodboil, you move in. Third group, you move into the water, and then once the third group has gotten a stack, group 1, you go back in, rinse, repeat. This is how you contain this fight in phase 1. He does a cleave in front of him, so don't stand in front of him. He does a knockback, that also reduces threat, very similar to Broodlord Lashlayer in Blackwing Lair, and any other Void Reaver does the same knockback. It's also why tanks will be stirred in the water, back against the water, just so the water full, just so you don't get moving around all the time. The last mechanic he'll do is called Disorient. Well, disorient the main tank and then attack second player on threat. This means that the tank should always be, or off tank should always be second on threat. Now, main tank will be stood here, where he will take the brunt of the hit, but the off tank you'll be stood off to the side like so. So you're not taking the cleave, but you're also not taking, or you're not also making the boss parry. Melee, you'll be stood slightly off center around here. So if Gurtogg switches, or when he switches onto the off tank, you won't get hit by the smash just in a freak accident as he turns around. You also completely ignore having to worry about backstab bonus, etc. That's phase 1, super simple, very straightforward. Now, after I think it's 60 seconds or something, he will go into phase 2, where he will fixate on a player. So he'll give someone, or everyone will get Fell Rage, and then the fixated player will get an increase of 30,000 health, armor increase by 15,000, and you'll increase in size. Size part is most important to know just who is being fixated. He will then lock himself in a death match with that person, just start swinging away on the person. He'll still do his frontal cleave, so people spread out. He'll also do a cone breath, so don't stand in front of him. Everyone else will have something called insignificance, which means that you cannot generate any threat during this phase. So we pop Lust or Heroism during phase 2. Also because the player who's being fixated will take a lot of damage, so the haste will be nice for healers, but also with no threat issues at all, DPS can just hammer away. After the fixate stops, I just have to, every 90 seconds, he'll go back into phase 1, we'll pull back. The soak group 1 will start soaking in the water again, rinse, repeat. So, as soon as someone's being fixated in phase 2, spread out. As soon as we go back to phase 1, go back into your groups. Right, I'll just pull him here, just engage him, see if I can't show you the mechanics. So, tank will be stood like so. You also get a stacking debuff, acidic wound, just starts hurting a lot. It cannot be removed apart from with Blessing of Protection. So, once the Disorient thing pops up, might not be a bad idea for a tank to call for Blessing of Protection, but don't use it unless it's called for, and then remove Blessing of Protection instantly afterwards. Here's the Disorient effect. Again, if there was another target, he would swap it. Doesn't seem as I'm only one. I'm also getting the Bloodboil stacks here, just increasing physical damage taken. Nothing to worry about again, as this is done on retail. Here's the breath. And again, this is why you just want to, like, if you're a melee, even if you're a range as well, I suppose, you just want to stay behind him at all times. There's no point staying in front, no point risking it. Not just because of parries, but also mainly because of breath and cleave. Okay, we'll just wait till he does his fixate thing, so you can see that part as well. It's quite obvious who's being fixated, also because he will like turn around, start lunging towards that person. But you also increase quite massively in size. I think you become almost like twice the size, so it should be easy to spot, even if it's a gnome or a dwarf. No bully. But yeah, that's the whole fight. We'll pop, like I said, we'll pop Heroism during phase 2. Just keep swinging away. And once this just triggers, we'll kill boss, get loot. It's quite a fun fight. Because it's simple and it's quite nice being the fixated person and having, like, getting a chance to, like, swing away, and everyone, like, getting a huge damage increase. To see big numbers or big casts and whatnot is it's always fun. Right, just put him in the middle here. Just don't bug him out accidentally or something. Should be getting close to fixate soon. Yeah, fuck it. Just, yeah, again, this is just a one big DPS race. Just kill him, kill boss, get loot.